You're applying for your critical skills work permit in Ireland. You have the documents. You are not sure if your employer can sponsor you not. You're not sure what all documents you would require. You're not sure if the nature of the business of the company is okay and the employer would be able to sponsor you for the role or not. There are certain questions when we're doing the critical skills work permit application, especially if we're doing it on our own. It's very straightforward, but it's also very difficult if the current situation of your personal situation is different. So it's always good to make sure that you have everything right in the order that you need it to be when you're applying. In this video, we're going to talk about the application process, the titles that fall under the critical skills occupations list. If your title doesn't fall on it, what you could do. If, let's say, you're doing the application, you don't have certain documents and you can't get them, what to do. So we'd cover everything that one would need while doing a critical skills work permit application in Ireland. Hi guys, this is Manvi. I moved to Ireland 7 years ago. I did my critical skills work permit application about 4 years ago. And I've helped a lot of people do their critical skills application in Ireland. So I think I can help you as well. Now, if you're doing your critical skills work permit application in Ireland, you need to make sure that your title falls on the critical skills occupations list. The critical skills occupations list is it's really big. So there's a lot of titles on there. There's industries and titles. Anywhere, like you'd have civil engineers, structural engineers, but you'd also have sales executives, marketing people, finance people. So it's very comprehensive, but it's a little confusing, let's say, if you are doing it on your own. So if you started thinking about it, your salary is 38,000 or above 38,000, just go on the link. I'll add the link in the caption. You can go on the link, check it out. There's a lot of occupations on there. So if your title falls under one of those, you're okay. You're okay to go with the application. You're okay to start. You just need the code that's given on the left column. Now, if you're someone whose title doesn't fall on that list, what you can do is, if your salary is more than 64,000, you're okay. So you don't need to worry. You can just apply for the critical skills work permit. The department says it's okay. If your salary is anywhere above 64, you're eligible to apply without even the title being on the list. Now, let's say you are someone whose salary is above the 38,000 bracket and it doesn't fall on the list. Try and find a way around it. Try and find a title that you could eventually have. Let's say if you're a finance executive, try and talk it out, or try and think if you could go for if you could put the application under the finance analyst code, because that's not very different to a finance executive role. So you'll have to play a little around it. It's not like the list is the list and it's all done. There's a gray area because the analyst and the executive role is kind of the same and the titles and the duties are the same. You're fine to go and use that code as well. Now, if you are doing your work permit application, your title is nowhere on the list and you're a little confused, you can reach out to me personally. I'd be happy to help. Moving away from the list, let's get into the application process. If you're doing the application on your own, you need to make sure that your employer and you yourself have the EPOS login. There's a new application portal now. So the employer and the employee needs to do their application. It is recommended that the employer starts the application. For the critical skills application, the employer will log into their account. If they don't have one, they need to register for one. It's recommended that they do it at least 2 weeks prior, because they'll need to submit their pay returns, their tax clearance certificate. It will be verified. Once that's done, they can do any kind of work permit application. So let's say all of that's done. They started the application. All they need to do is they need to select critical skills. They need to add in details about the role, the responsibilities, your education relevant to the role, the kind of way that you were hired as well. So they had mentioned why you were hired and how you were hired. It's fairly basics. It's not a lot of questions. Because it's a critical skills work permit applications, there's no need for labor market test. So they'd right away go into the remuneration. Now, for anyone who's applying for a critical skills work permit, as of 2025, your remuneration needs to be 38,000. Once that's done, once the employers fill the application on their behalf, they'll sign the declaration and it'll be submitted. Now, you or the employee needs to log into your EPOS portal. If you don't have one, create a login for yourself. It'll take 2 or 3 days for you to get yourself set up on there. For certain people, it'll take only like 30 minutes. So once you've done that, you log in, you'll already see the application in your draft. So once you see that application, click on the application, add in your details, fairly basic details when you came to Ireland, when you, like what kind of education you have, your IRB card needs to be uploaded, you need to upload your passport, your landing stamp. So fairly fairly basic things. Don't get into too many details. Just add whatever's asked. Once you've submitted that, once you've signed the declaration, your critical skills application would be submitted. It's taking around 3 to 4 weeks these days for your approval letter or your decision to come through. So just make sure, if you're someone who's doing it on your own, make sure you're uploading all the right documents. Make sure that the title is somehow relevant to the codes on the critical skills occupation list. I think the most tricky part is finding the right fit from the occupations list. So I'm not going to read out the whole list here because it's very comprehensive, but you would know there's industries there's titles there. So make sure you find a fit, and make sure you find a fit in your responsibilities as well. I understand that there are certain responsibilities that are mandatory for your role, but try to add in a few, or make sure that the few that you have that are relevant to the title and the job and the code on the list are on the top. So when you're doing your critical skills, obviously you're working with the employer or the HR to do it. So make sure you add in all relevant details there. Now, there are certain people who've reached out to me asking if, their employer is okay or is eligible to sponsor their work permit or not. In certain cases, employers who are eligible but they don't know. So let's say the nature of business is somewhat different. It's a small company. They're not sure if they'd be eligible or not. The criteria for sponsoring someone or doing a work permit application for anyone, because there are people who'd like to retain the employee. They're happy with your work. They like to retain you, but they're not sure if they can do the work permit or not. It's not very difficult. The criteria is laid out there. The guidelines are out there, but certain times the employer is confused. So if you are in this situation, you can reach out to me. I'd be happy to advise. I'd be happy to help you go through the process, understand everything, do the work permit application as well, because the criteria are very limited. So it's not very comprehensive. More or less anyone and every small business can also do a work permit application. So if you're in this situation, if you're sailing in this boat, let me know, reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. Now, when you're doing your critical skills work permit, just make sure that your education and the title are somehow related. You need to make sure that you can't have a marketing degree and do your work permit for a finance job. Find a way to connect all the dots. That's the most important part, because what the department is looking at is that the person who has been hired has relevant qualifications to the role. It can be either through the education that you've done in the state, or it can be through experience that you have outside of the country or in the country. So try to find that balance. If you think the education is nowhere related, try to do certain certification. Try to make the best out of this situation, because there is time, because that with the new, we know that your stamp 1G would be counted for your citizenship. So the world's not going to end if you take 2 or 3 months to do certain certifications and then apply for your critical skills. Those 2 years that you were on your 1G would be counted for your citizenship, and these 2 years that you're on your critical skills would be counted as well. So it's not going to change those 2-3 months. If you want to take a few months, do all the relevant qualifications, do that, then apply for your critical skills. Now, I hope I've covered everything in this video related to all the questions that you might have for while you're doing your critical skills application. If I've not, I'd be happy to help, because there are certain situations that are only personal to relevant profiles. So if there's anything at all, if you think you'd like to reach out, you're applying and you're not sure, I'd be happy to help. Now, I'm going to add all relevant links to the eligible list in the caption. I'll add the link to the EPOS portal as well. It's very handy. There's a handbook as well to how to use the new portal. If you have any doubts about that, let me know as well. I hope this was helpful. There's other videos on this channel as well on the general work permit application. There'll be more coming on the stamp 1G extension, your critical skills. I'll be doing more detailed videos on everything related to Work Permits Island. So if there's anything at all, let me know in the comments.